Hi, I'm Lydia. I live in New York, so the upstate Albany kind of area. I am a K through 12 family and consumer science and robotics teacher. This is my fifth semester with SUNY Empire, and I'll be finishing out in the fall. I'm very, very excited. But I wanted to share with you Blook It, if you have not seen Blook It yet. I did talk about it in my other post as well, but visuals are always better in my opinion. So Blook It is very similar to Kahoot, if you are familiar with Kahoot, but it's kind of the new, fresh, hip, rebranded, out with the old, in with the new, and I have been using it a lot in my classroom. As you can see, this is my library that I've designed from a teacher standpoint, and we're having a lot of fun with it, and it's actually really easy to set up, and I'm very, very thankful for that. We use these to review before tests, quizzes, anything like that, and anytime I also just need to occupy them, this is a really great, you need a minute as a teacher, because it is not like Kahoot where you kind of have to monitor and click through. This is a set it and forget it. I wanted to share with you some of my favorite features about it. So as you can see, we have played in different modes, and does it not have my one from yesterday on here? It does not, because my desktop school computer felt the need to shut off in the middle of my kids playing Book It, so the history did not save, but it will give you statistics and logistics on how your kids did. So it says 563 correct, and that is because it continues to ask them the questions over and over again based on what they got wrong, what they got right, things like that. So I had 4 kids playing this Blook It, and some of these names are real, some of them are not. My pal Bojack, the horse, and Blooks is the name of these little characters. So, for example, my girl Kaya is very protective of the goldfish, and the second she finds out we're playing Blook It that day is screaming that if anyone takes the goldfish, they're going to regret their life choices. So I've come to even associate some of these books with my kids, and sometimes the program will update and they dress them up for different holidays, or if it's your birthday, you can put like a little party hat on it, things like that. So it shows you how many questions they got correct, how many they got wrong, and if you do upgrade to Plus, you can see more detailed game reports. I'm not worried about that because they use this as a review tool, but then they were playing, I think, the version called Crypto Hack, which is why this is in money. So every time they get a question right, they get to try and hack another player's password to steal some crypto cash from them. But other versions, they like Deceptive Dinos too. You're digging for fossils on that one. There's a laser tag one, all kinds of fun things. But Crypto Hack is the top favorite in my room. You can also, I've never done it, I might actually try it this week, assign a book for homework, because I'm not going to have time to review in class this week, unfortunately, because we are nearing the end of the year, so they are going to have to do that by themselves. For creation, it's really easy, and I even use the option to CSV import. So let's make this, we're going to call this demo, just so I can show you. When I create it, I can download the template, and it makes it super easy. It's going to try to open Excel for me. This might take a second. It makes it super easy to copy and paste my things in, or I can kind of type it all in one place. I don't have to go looking back and forth. So I type my question, what I want my answer options to be, how long I want to give them. I usually give them 100 seconds. It doesn't take that long, realistically speaking, but sometimes they need to breathe for a second in between questions because there is a lot happening in this. And then you would go through and put in the correct answer. I have never gone past, I think, 85 questions, and that was for like a big fall final exam. So I don't know if it caps out at 100, but I have always done it this way. I've never sat and manually put in my questions, but then you would just upload this file too, and when you click create, it automatically imports. This also connects to Quizlet, so if you use Quizlet in your classroom, you can connect it to Quizlet and upload through there. But if you just want to do a manual, you add questions just like you would with Kahoot. You can do math, you can do audio, you can put in an image, all the good things that you need, and then you add as many as you need, and you can save it. You can also use sets that have been created by other people. They also have a partnership with Khan Academy, so if you use any of that in your classroom, you could save that. For example, I'm actually going to save this one right now because this looks like something that I could potentially use in one of my classes for my elementary students. And when you click host, it brings up a game code, just like it would if you've ever played Kahoot before. Students log onto their device, they go to Blooket.com, or it might be Blooket.it, I could be wrong. They type in the game code and it connects them in. They can log in with Google, however, our school district discourages that because of privacy reasons. They are trying not to ban Blooket for us. They're trying not to take it away because they understand that it's a helpful educational tool, but I know that not all Google licensing is as protected as some of us think. So just something to keep in mind. You might want to check in with your tech department before beginning to use this so you don't lose any progress that you do make. But I've really enjoyed my time using Blooket. I'm considering upgrading for next school year, which actually if we want to take a look together. So they do have the free version forever, like there is no limit on how long you have that free version, but then there is $4.99 a month and $9.99 a month. I don't know, maybe. I don't foresee this being something that my district as a whole would invest in because it does look like you can do that as well, but it does tell you more. Ooh, this is actually really nice, merging your sets together. That would be really cool. My biggest thing being I would just want the player feedback, or the player data feedback, because I would like to use this as almost more of a testing platform, which my project for the other class I'm taking this summer might focus on that a little bit. I'm trying to find out if this kind of AI usage of technology is beneficial for testing, or if I'm going to get false results. I have had some students they click through the questions, they don't even read them. I know they're not reading them, but I feel that you would get that in reality with any class, so kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. But if you've never used Blooket before, I highly encourage you to check it out. It's a lot of fun. Even I will get in there sometimes. I will log in with a name that is not my own and play with them, and because there's a leaderboard, so your classroom screen up on the front is a leaderboard. The question isn't actually projected, it's in front of them on their student computer, which I appreciate. And so it's fun to see and then there's a little news thread of like, Kaya just stole $2,000 from Mrs. Roeder. And they get heated. It's a lot of fun. They get excited for Blooket days. So if you've not tried this, I highly encourage it. I'm back. I just wanted to share that I did choose the Learnscapes to upload, but it was a frightening adventure. So I am going to stick to using YouTube. I'm using ScreenPale to record, by the way, and I do have the upgraded version. That was an investment that I made last semester because I was doing so much recording with Dr. Kennedy. It just made my life a little bit easier, but I am going to go ahead and upload this to YouTube just like I would have any other link. I think that the Learnscapes is a really cool concept because there are things that I do use my YouTube channel, like I'm an influencer. I do use my classroom-based YouTube channel to record tutorials for my kids and stuff sometimes, and I just wish there was a little bit better way for me to keep those things separate. So I thought the Learnscapes were a really cool idea for when I want to share a video to my colleagues or my classroom colleagues, but not necessarily my students. But my biggest problem with it is I like to use the YouTube because ScreenPal goes right from the ScreenPal cloud to the YouTube, like Google Cloud. So I'm never impacting the storage on my computer, whereas with Learnscape, I'm going to have to download the file onto my computer and then into Learnscape. I know I could just delete it after, but that's a lot of storage space that I'm not looking to heckle around with. So just some thoughts. I wouldn't mind trying to use it again this semester, but it's going to take some playing with.